Fat Stack of Comics here, representing Dark Avenger Inc. Plus. I am Mark, aka the Bagging and Boarding Bad Boy. Today I have a review for Masters of the Universe He-Man Origin Story, issue number 1. This starts off with Skeletor invading the Palace of Eternia, and he invades the palace, and this is really, the worst thing about this book is it really doesn't go in any kind of good sequencing or any kind of chronological order. It's all over the place and it's done on purpose, so I'm going to try to tell it to you basically in order of how events happen. But Skeletor has invaded the Palace of Eternia. He's after the Grayskull's sword, and Prince Adam, of course he hasn't become He-Man yet, this is his origin story. Prince Adam approaches him. He demands that he hand over the sword, and He-Man goes to give him the sword. And he gives him, of course, a fake sword. Skeletor knows it right away. And he's like, you know, he's insulted that He-Man would even think that he wouldn't know, or Prince Adam, he's insulted that he wouldn't know, that he would think Skeletor wouldn't know that it was a fake sword. And about that time, He-Man takes the sword, takes a swipe at Skeletor with it. Skeletor just crushes the sword in his hand. You know, he's ultra powerful. And they begin to scrap a little bit, fighting a little bit. And Skeletor's like, have you even begun your training yet? And Prince Adam's like, no. And he can tell, oh, you're a natural. Skeletor can tell that he is, you know, he's going to be something someday. He sees him as a threat. So Skeletor goes to finish him off, and he's, you know, he's demanded that he give him the sword or he's going to kill his entire family, and he's going to wear Prince Adam's skull as a crown on his head. So he's going to attack him. Of course, Prince Adam has the sword, and in his mind, Prince Adam goes to Castle Grayskull, and of course there the sorceress, of course, she is in charge there. She's looked over Castle Grayskull for a long time. She's kind of like a protector for it, and just kind of like a guardian angel for Prince Adam. And she just begins to tell him, you know, don't give your sword to Skeletor. Don't give over your power. It's your destiny to save your world. And if you do that, you won't become who you're supposed to be. She says, say the words and become who you're destined to be. So he comes back, and he, of course, says the classic line, the classic words, I have the power, and becomes He-Man. And Skeletor's like, who are you? And he has no idea who he is. So that's how Prince Adam becomes He-Man. Of course, the sorceress gives him his powers to do so. But like I said, I really hate that how this book was not in any kind of chronological order. He actually says he becomes He-Man like on the second page. Like I'll show you here. There's the first page right there. And here is the page where he actually does. He doesn't even say it. He just says power. And I was hoping that would be more towards the end. And this just jumps around. Like I said, it's on purpose. But I just don't think this was a good book to try to, you know, panel it or sequence it that way. It didn't work here. And I guess, too, like, I didn't like the how it wasn't in chronological order. I kind of felt like the art was a little bit flat here, too. You know, the background panels are very drab, very flat. When you see He-Man, he's very shadowed, and I just think there's just an opportunity to, you know, do some really pretty art. And dark stuff is cool, and it does work through here, but I think with, you know, Eternia and dealing with all that, you could do some really beautiful art in a book like this. And I do like that cover. That cover is really simple, but I thought that was done really good. But, and the two, though, I will say one thing that was done really good is, of course, the sorceress. She is the bird that has the orange and the blue feathers. She looks really pretty here on a few pages, or one in particular, this one right here. That's a nice page right there. She looks good. But like there you see He-Man there in the background, and it's just like a silhouette. And sometimes that's cool, but the whole book is just kind of done that way. And I just thought that was just kind of crappy, and I just really feel overall this book was rushed. I feel like they didn't put any TLC here. They didn't put no love in it. And man, when you're dealing with He-Man and you're dealing with 80s babies like me who love He-Man. I mean, I love Transformers, I love Thundercats, G.I. Joe, everything that came out in the 80s, some of the 90s. He-Man is my favorite, though, and I just felt let down by this. Maybe my expectation level was entirely too high, but I still feel let down by this, felt they could have done a better job. And I just really feel like they just tried to cash in on guys like me and just make a quick buck so they know we'll pick up something like this right here. So, it wasn't awful, but it just wasn't what I was expecting either. You could have done some stuff with Prince Adam when he was younger, and there's just a lot more you could have done with this right here. And, you know, it wasn't bad, though. You do at least get an origin story. You see how Prince Adam becomes He-Man. They don't just say, oh, he magically got his powers and became He-Man. You know, you actually do get a story here, but I think they could have done more with it, and I think it was just thrown out there and like, man, you know, 80s babies are going to buy this because they love He-Man. So I'd have to give Masters of the Universe He-Man origin story, sadly, a 3 out of 5. I was really wanting to like this. I don't totally hate it. I just was expecting a lot more out of this. So that's my review for that, and until next review, stay action-packed and may your stack be fat.